Whenever you see the application of Ivy League admits, you tend to see a lot of research experience. For a lot of regular students, it feels out of reach and simply unrealistic for them to do because they're just a high schooler, they're not a scientific researcher. But in this video, I'm going to show you every single step for you to write your own research paper. And if you stick to the end of the video, you'll know how to maximize your chances of getting your work published, which is the end goal of all research papers for high schoolers. Once you realize in high school that you not only need good grades, essays, and letters of recommendations, but actually impactful and impressive extracurriculars, you probably searched up on Reddit and looked up on the internet and looked around to see what other successful students have done in the past. But each and every one of them seems to have their own research experience. Although you want to do the same, it feels like something that's so out of reach for you, but let me tell you, it's actually much more attainable than you might think. But it doesn't matter if I tell you each and every step of the research paper writing process if you don't have a research internship locked in the first place. So here's the #1 strategy to find yourself that research opportunity that you're looking for. It's not fun, it's not sexy, but it's what gets the job done and what 99% of students, except for the Nepo babies, do to get their research internships, which is cold emailing. Cold emailing is when you send emails to individuals that you have no prior connection to. So in this case, this would be research professors at colleges near your town, state, etc. Now that you know what cold emails are, there are 3 parts in executing this part correctly and getting that spot as a researcher. #1, hunting down key decision makers. 2, writing your cold email prompt, and 3, sending emails consistently. Before you even write your cold email, you have to figure out who to send it to. In this case, you'll simply search up the research that is currently taking place at your local colleges. So this will obviously vary depending on where you're at. So if you simply look them up, you'll be able to easily find these research professors' emails, and that'll be all you need in this step. Try to aim for a minimum of 20 contacts to give yourself a good chance in the first round. Part 2 is actually writing your cold email prompt. You can actually find the cold email prompt that I wrote and used to land my own internships in high school in the resources section of the Discord server that's linked down below, but obviously you'll have to change the topic as well as the specific aspects to mention. You can find tons of prompts and precise guides on how to write these emails all over YouTube, but the main piece of advice you'll need is specificity and personalization. Specificity equals authenticity. Nobody's gonna read, let alone actually consider an email that clearly looks like a copy and paste that's been sent to hundreds of other people. So make sure you mention their research, how you want to contribute, and why you want to contribute with their work. Now onto part 3, which is sending your cold emails consistently. Cold emailing is all a numbers game. You might feel down and out after sending 50, 60, 70 emails without any response, but think about it in probabilities. As a high schooler with basically no experience in any field, what percentage of research professors would take you over a current college student? It'll be pretty fucking low. So don't give up if nobody responds to you after 50, 100, hell, even 150 emails, because you need to know that all that effort is going to be worth it once that first person gives you that chance, that opportunity. So whenever you're sending out cold emails, think of it as a numbers game and simply increase your chances by sending more emails. What makes things hard isn't complexity, it's consistency. If you've actually followed the steps I've mentioned before, you'll end up with a research position that you can now put in the work for. There's quite literally no point in watching this video if you listen to all that I say and do nothing about it. Learning can be defined as same conditions, new behavior. If I gave you this information, this guidance of actually changing the trajectory of your life, and you didn't use it to change your behaviors within your current circumstance, you haven't learned anything. You would spend your time better watching Netflix or playing video games instead. So either implement what I'm telling you or just do whatever you're doing before you clicked on this video. Now, if you've gotten an acceptance within a team at a research university, there will be 2 possible options. Either 1, you join a team that already has a research topic chosen, or 2, the team is just starting out and are in the phase of finding what else can be learned and also taught within the reason of scientific research. If you're joining a team that already has a main topic, awesome. If not, you need to be careful and actually take the time to know what's been published so you don't accidentally spend months working on something that's already been done. You don't want to be grinding all summer, sacrificing different extracurricular opportunities to write this research paper with your team and all that, just to end up realizing that someone else from literally decades ago has already written the same shit. You don't want that happening. Now, when you're trying to find a completely new thing to write your research paper about, what you need to find and dig for is a research gap, and then be able to articulate this research gap properly. Now, what is a research gap? This can be summarized into 4 types: insufficient research, lack of consensus or understanding, limitations of previous studies, and practical life problems that need solving. A solid research paper combines multiple types of research gaps to address a single topic. But the problem that comes up is, where do you find the time of day to look over hundreds of research papers online to discover these research gaps? This is exactly when Aforai, the sponsor of this video, comes in. Aforai is an AI-powered reference manager that helps researchers manage, annotate, cite papers, papers and conduct literature reviews with AI reliably. And in this case, you can simply select Azure GPT-4 as GPT-4 is better at creative and longer writing style pieces such as this compared to GPT 3.5. And now what's crazy useful about A4i is its ability to scour over 200 million peer-reviewed research papers from Semantic Scholar to help cite and reference your research paper. Now you can choose whether you want A4i to scour Semantic Scholar with over 200 million peer-reviewed research papers, but if you'd like, you have the option to upload your own research papers you found online and have it look over that, or have it search all of Google with citations so you can verify yourself that it's from credible resources. Also, quick tip, if you want to use GPT-4 for literally less than half the price, you can select the no tool option and use the AI as is and have literally all the capabilities of ChatGPT, but for cheaper. Now, to actually use A4i, you can simply keep asking it questions, whether there already has been a publication about a specific topic. So as an example, I'm going to put the title of one of our Discord community members' published research paper in here and ask if there has been research done on it. Now, as you can see, it mentions the research paper that's already been published and provides all the links you need to actually check it out. This way, you don't have to scour the internet and search for hours on end to see whether there has been a publication about a specific topic that you want to write your paper about. Like, this alone is worth the money. But not only that, it lets you collaborate seamlessly with other researchers, has its own reference manager to store all your papers in one place, generates citations with 10,000 supported styles, as well as access to A4i Notebook, where you can highlight text and areas of a PDF file for it to automatically put it into a notebook for you to be able to quickly look back at your notebook for a quick summed down version of a long research paper. Now, once you've actually settled for a research topic, whether it's AI related, biology related, or whatever, you need to make sure you document thoroughly. 99% of the time, the process is going to morph as you dive deeper and deeper into your research. Maybe there hasn't been enough research to come to a conclusion, so you'd have to do the trials and analysis yourself. Maybe the research that's been done in the past has been decades old and new technologies have come up to make it obsolete. So as you write your paper, make sure you document what you did, how you did it, so that anyone reading it can replicate what you did and come to the exact same findings. Another thing I do want to mention and really want you to focus on is citations. Citations, citations, citations. Research is all about citations and backing up every single claim, every single conclusion, every single statement with other research that has already been proved. It's pretty common to see papers that have 50, 60, 70 references to help back up their research and increase their credibility. And if you use A4i, it creates and finds all your citations and references for you, so you don't have to worry about having to do that for every single source you cite in your paper. To show you how easy this is, you can simply click on the Semantic Scholar results after getting an output from your prompt and see the whole list of how many citations and references that it's found. On top of that, you can also click View to find the website, as well as choose the bibliography style to have your citations in whichever way you want. Now, does A4i write whole research papers for you and write one with high enough quality to get it published by itself? No, the fuck. But goddamn, does it help with this whole process a ton. So if I were you, I'd use this as a way to accelerate your research literature review process, as well as a way to find the basis in which you write your research paper. An idea generator, if you will. After countless revisions, trial and error, you'll have an end product that's been peer reviewed by fellow researchers in your team. But that's not the end just yet. To give yourself the best chance of getting your paper published, apply to multiple journals to increase your odds. Think of it like applying to multiple colleges in order to increase the likelihood of getting in at least somewhere. Now, if you're considering your research, I don't want you to get the wrong perception of it. Like I mentioned before, there could be a research gap due to insufficient research or a lack of understanding, limitations of previous studies, and real life problems that need solving. But because those are the things that are tackling, you'll have to do the research and tests if there is a lack of research. If there's a lack of understanding, you'll have to properly articulate it for them. If there are limitations of previous studies, for example, you need to redo them with the updated and accessible technology that you have. The point is, it's going to take fucking time. So give yourself that space and peace of mind that it's a long, arduous process, but it'll be worth it, trust me. You've seen all those Ivy League applicants have this in their application. Now, so can you, if you follow what I've been saying in the past few minutes. The beginning of every journey is always the hardest, and on average, it'll take around a year or more to publish your first paper. But that's exactly what makes it all the more rewarding. So if you want to check out our sponsor A4i and save a disgusting amount of hours of research and use the power of AI instead, click the link in the description and take advantage of their 30-day money-back guarantee if you simply don't think it's worth it. But keep in mind, ChatGPT Plus is already $20 a month. This is just $8. So go click the link down there, support the channel by subscribing, commenting, liking, all that stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.